What is up, guys? It is Royalty Crypto, and welcome back to my channel. Happy Uptober. We are finally entering the most bullish time of year for crypto, and that is October, November, and December, otherwise known as quarter four. And as you can see here, historically, Bitcoin has performed absolutely amazing in October, and November also tends to be very strong as well. And you know that the entire market follows what Bitcoin does. So this is incredibly bullish, especially for your meme coins like Pepe, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Pepe is currently the third most valuable meme coin in the market and the 31 most valuable coin in the overall crypto market. As you can see here, we are sitting at 5097. So we're still down slightly. However, we have recovered quite nicely in the past day or so. We're sitting at a $4 billion market cap, so we have so much room to potentially grow, and just shy of $600 million in 24-hour trading volume, which is the second highest out of all meme coins, only behind Doge. Also, one side note, there is 100% of supply in circulation, so there is no inflation to worry about with this coin, which, as you know, is fantastic. Take a look at the chart here briefly. So as you can see here, Pepe really over the last couple of months has just been trading sideways for the most part. However, I do believe that we will finally break this sideways trading and probably go back up to retest all-time highs in the next month or so. I do think that Bitcoin and Ethereum will need to move first, but I do believe that is coming very shortly. When we take a look at some different indicators for the overall crypto market, you can see it is a very good time to purchase right about now. We're sitting at a 42 out of 100 on the Fear and Greed Index, which is relatively close to fear. And I do believe that it's probably going to be back in greed within the next 2 to 3 weeks, just because historically this month is very bullish. And I do expect these coins to start to run. So yeah, this is showing that it's a good time to buy here. You always want to buy when the market is not too greedy. And when we take a look at the Altcoins Season Index, we are back up to a 62 out of 100. So we are technically in altcoin season. However, we did dip quite a bit in the past couple of weeks. I do think we will continue to dip back into Bitcoin season for the next 3 to 4 weeks or so, before then finally experiencing that altcoin run that we've all been waiting for. And last but not least, we are back slightly into the overbought territory on the average crypto RSI, which I don't love to see that. However, we still do have much more room to grow here potentially, so I'm not all that worried about that just yet. And then one last thing that I want to talk about with Pepe is some potential price predictions for this coin in the next 2 to 3 months or so. I do think that we could see up to a $40 to $50 billion market cap with Pepe, potentially. And if that is the case, that's about a 10 to 12x from here. If that were to take place, if you were to invest $1,000 today, that would essentially turn into $10,000 to $12,000. So I definitely don't think anybody's going to complain about that. All right, next I want to take a look at the CME Group FedWatch tool, which in the short term is the most important thing to be watching. As you can see here, we have 27 days until the next FOMC meeting. And take a look at that, guys. We basically are now sitting at a 100% chance of a rate cut for October. That's amazing for risk on assets. If this doesn't make you bullish, I don't know what does. And when you take a look at December here, we now have a 89% chance of seeing 2 rate cuts before the end of the year. So yeah, I think the market's going to start to price this in, and that's going to be very good for all risk on assets. When you take a look at the liquidation heat map for Bitcoin in particular, let's look at the 2-week scale. If it'll load, there we go. So you can see that we still have quite a few shorts to liquidate, potentially around 118,500. If we can liquidate those shorts, it'll probably send us right back up to 120,000. And under that same scenario, I could easily see us pushing back up to 125,000. There's not much to clear out above that price, so it shouldn't be too difficult to push back up to all-time highs. So if I were to guess, I would think that we could do that potentially before the middle of October. All right, so yeah, Bitcoin's having an incredible day today. We started the day around 114,000. We had just 3 amazing green candles there, and we are now sitting just shy of 118,000, which when you zoom out on the scale, or on the chart, I should say, it's about where we topped out last time we had a little mini bull run. So if we can break that resistance right there, it's a fantastic sign. As you can see, we have now solidified this higher low here on the chart, which is fantastic. And yeah, I definitely think that we will experience another higher high. And if we do retest, it'll just ultimately look very bullish on the charts. All right, next up, Ethereum continuing to push higher. It's not recovering quite as nice as Bitcoin. However, you can still see that we are essentially trading sideways in the $4,000 range, which we've been doing for the past couple of months. And yeah, I think the same thing with Ethereum. We will break all-time highs here within the next 2 to 3 weeks, in my opinion. And once we do, the sky is really the limit. I could see us getting up to $7,000 to $8,000 per coin. And let's take a look at the S&P 500 as well. As you can see here, we have recently, as of today, hit another all-time high, which is probably like the millionth all-time high for the S&P 500 this year. This run has just been absolutely insane. But yeah, this is a fantastic sign for overall market sentiment, and I do think that a lot of this momentum in the S&P 500 will shift over to Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of your favorite meme coins in basically no time. But all right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this video. Stay strong, stay bullish, and please like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow.